Alafia, welcome to African Fairy Tales with Adesina. I invite you into my enchanted forest. Pull up a stump, take a few deep breaths, and listen. I got 5 on it. Bruh, I got you. You can have my half. I know you really wanted to go to Earth, and I'm going to support you on your path. The two best friends, Orisa and Aye, spent countless moments talking and dreaming of going to Earth. But when the time came to make the sacrifice, Aye couldn't afford the Egbe for his birth. All his hopes and dreams lay on the line. That was until his very best friend, Orisa, stepped in the clock tick of time. Bruh, I know how much going to Earth really means to you. Your name means Earth. I can hear you praying for it in your sleep, too. I don't want to see your hopes end with defeat, so I'm going to spot you the money and the fame. Just don't forget me. Remember how you came. Send me back half so I can share in your success. Aye said, yes. Oh, yes. I'll send back half of what I have, Orisa, as an expression of my gratitude and happiness. So it was that Aye came to Earth. He grew and he learned, was basking in the glow of all the wealth he earned. Cars, wives, and the finest of threads, but he had one little issue fogging his head. How can I send back all of this wealth to Orisa and keep my half of the deal? FedEx won't deliver anything over 150 pounds, and air cargo said they won't even lift this off the ground. Aye thought, oh well, I tried, my hands are tied. And he continued to enjoy all of the things and look upon his success with pride. Till one day, while he ate his agusi soup, a gigantic cockroach sat at the end of his spoon. Ew! He jumped up and ran straight to his bins. But what he found was 4 flat tires. Oh, wow. Is this the end? He thought. He went back inside to seek comfort from his wives. But he could tell he was in the danger zone. Felt the hair on his arms raise with his wife's fiery tone. All he heard was, you don't do this. Why don't you do that? Oh, he could not take any more. He had to figure out what happened. How could he get his life back on track? His world was caving in before his very eyes. He hastened to the Babalawo to talk to Orumila, the great divine, to get some divine insight. Diviner threw his opele and said, oh, here's the problem. It seems you have a contract that you didn't fulfill. That's the reason for all of your ill. Aye started fidgeting and singing the woulda, coulda, shoulda blues. I really wanted to send back half. I just didn't know how I could do it. It was too hard to do. The diviner said compassionately, I understand. We all have things that we are unable to fulfill, but you have to fill your contract in some way, shape, or form. That's the only way that you will return to your successful norm. A few more questions asked of Orunmila, and a new deal was underway. Since Aye couldn't physically send the wives, the cars, the money, the fame back to Orun, he was given another way. He was told, and he agreed, to feed the hungry, give charity to those in need, take care of the elderly, and mentor young men in the afternoon. After all of his riches had begun on a promise. And so he found a way to keep that promise each and every day. Aye's riches doubled, and he amended his relationship and received so much love and support from Orun. What a beautiful story. When I learned this story, I reflected back on the promises that I made that I couldn't keep, the obligations that I couldn't keep. And it really gave me pause, and I began to reflect on all of the things that I neglected. I reflected on the times that I didn't keep my word, didn't show up in my promises to my children, to my lovers, to family, to friends. And I really went through a point of transformation where I started to see that when we make contracts, and after hearing this story, knowing how important our contracts are to honor, we have spiritual contracts that were made long before we came to this realm. And we also have the contracts that we've made along the way. And, it came to a point where I had to forgive myself and ask the people that I had made the contracts with for forgiveness as well, ask forgiveness of my children, my mate, my friends, my family, and also form a new relationship with myself. And that caused me to not make as many commitments, because now I lead a heart-centered life. I only do that which is in alignment with my heart and soul. And so that causes me to be able to truly commit to the contracts that I make with the spirit and with the people, with all of the people I love and care about so deeply. So, I know there may be some of you that have made contracts and deals, that you're no longer able to keep. I invite you, as my beloved Godmother teaches us, we can return to the crossroads and choose again. We can make a new choice, a new deal. We can amend the things that we said we would do that we are honestly not able to do. And really commit to, as I have committed to, this work and to the things that are in alignment with my destiny and with my heart. If it's a or a nah, let it be nah. Another thing that this story taught me is it's okay, and it's beneficial to say no to the things that are not in alignment for you. And then you can focus that energy, that time, that attention on the things that are truly in alignment and that truly make your heart happy. I asked someone one time, how would I know if I found my purpose? And the answer was, how does it make you feel? How do you feel in the process of doing the thing? Does it bring you joy? Does it bring joy to others? And if that answer is yes, then you're in alignment with your purpose. So I pray that this story is as beneficial to you as it certainly has been to me and to the people around me, because when we improve, we are more beneficial and more of a joy to everyone that comes in contact with us. So if you would like to learn more about the Ifa Orisha way, I invite you to follow my beloved godmother, Dr. Iya Funlaya, where I learned this inspiring transformational story and many more, and fellowship with us at Ase'ooo. Until our next story, Odabo, bye for now. May you have bliss, peace, love, laughter, and happiness ever after. Ashe. Bye for now.